Alrighty, today's the challenge assigned to Stealth, Cascade Arsenal, Faster Detection, and no knockouts. It's no knockouts, which is not really all that great on scientists, but we've got a very simple solution called throw 100 bullets at a problem and hope for the best, which will presumably work, but we're just going to make sure that we're actually knifing just in case we do have to try and knock out, and in that case, we're just going to make sure that things don't go absolutely terribly because, well, if we try and knock out when it's no knockouts, things are not going to end well. But aside from that, there's Cascade Arsenal, which means that we're going to shoot a bit slower, which I guess is fine and all, but it's just not really all that great. But for the most part, things should be generally alright, except that it's still, faster detection, which means that I should probably not continue staring at, well, Falcon, because that would probably end quite badly. So we're just going to go over here, we're going to get this open over here. And hopefully no one walks in right behind us, because that would be quite bad, so we're going to open, we'll quickly go down over here, we'll get it open over here, and then afterwards we're just going to lock ourselves in here, which is a standard job, but we're just going to quickly back up over here, grab the wire cutters over here, and then subsequently try and find a screwdriver, which should be up over there. At least that's presumably what's going to happen, so we're just going to go over here now. And then we're just going to, well, find over here. Why does Cyber have propane? You know what, we're just not going to care about that. We'll just go over here instead, and then we'll just, well, hope for the best, which is maybe not the most advisable, but for the most part, it should be relatively alright, so we'll just wait over here, and hopefully Cyber should be right behind us. You really should not have that. Look, I'm not taking it, alright? It's not how this is gonna work. We're just gonna get this open, and we'll, well, shoot a guard over there, and, well, we'll go over here, and then pass the tools over here. Regardless of what Cyber's going to try, which we're just going to ignore over there. We'll get it open over here, and then afterwards we're just going to, well, conventionally go upstairs and clear the room, which, assuming that River actually gets this door open over here, which should be right around now, we're just going to, well, get it open over here, shut the door right again afterwards, which we don't actually need to do, but regardless, we're just going to go over here now, and hopefully Falcon won't be a problem, which, judging from the radio, is only slightly worrying, but perfect, they're not on the radio anymore, it's just that they might just start walking towards us, which should be quite bad, so please keep moving, and don't stop over there, perfect. And now when we actually get instructions, we're just going to go over here, and then we'll just start rewiring. Perfect. So right now it's just a matter of, well, actually getting this open, and subsequently clearing the room inside, which should be in theory relatively simple, which is why we're just going to go in here right on now. And then do the very simple solution of, well, throwing 3 bullets at a problem, because it's perfectly lined up, quite frankly, and I don't really think that's all that bad of a thing, so if Falcon could just not be on a radio at any time, that would be quite nice, just that's probably not the best way, so instead we're not doing that right over there. That's probably not going to end well if we do try and take out a guard, so instead I guess we could take out all 4 of them. It's just that it's not going to end well, so right now that radio is going to get answered. For some reason it's still open and people are walking through here, which is probably not really what we want, so we're just going to leave this open over here. And hopefully someone investigates that and locks that over there, which is probably for the better, so if I can just go over there and get back on the radio, that would be quite nice. And right now it's just a matter of trying to hope for the best in terms of not having any guards be causing any problems. So if we could just... When did you get there? You know what, that's alright, we're just gonna, well, back this up, and hopefully no one's gonna walk in on us, because that would be, well, rather problematic to say the least. So if you could just... I mean, if you're gonna stand over there, I'm not gonna stop you, it's just maybe not what I would advise here. So of course we'll take this time to just bag them up, and then afterwards see what happens over here, which I guess is valid. It's just a matter of waiting over here and seeing where the guards go. And hopefully not having anyone walk over here and get on the radio, because that would be, well, quite bad. So we'll keep track of where you are. We just need to keep track of where you are, so we'll get over there, we'll take care of you over here, and then we'll just clear the outside over here, which should be relatively simple other than almost getting shot, but we're still alive, which is, I guess, what really matters over here, so hopefully that just won't happen again. We'll go over here, River's gonna shot, well, presumably River's gonna walk through here and not all the way over there, because we did just unlock the door by, of course. But regardless, that's nearly challenged in just over 4 minutes and 40 seconds. And I suppose we're gonna just leave River behind, but regardless, cheers everyone, have a great time.